Now, a lady who's made a real impact on the lives of hundreds of children in Colchester was given a very special send-off today after announcing her retirement.
Christine Rudland's been the head teacher of the Montgomery infant school and nursery in the town for more than 30 years. So it was only right to mark the occasion with a huge surprise. Victoria Webb went to see exactly what that was.
They've performed in locations such as Iraq, Cyprus and the Falkland Islands, playing at the Queen's birthday parade and in front of numerous dignitaries. But today, the band of the Parachute Regiment have a very important mission: to help Montgomery Infant School and Nursery in Colchester say goodbye to a much-loved head teacher. As parents, pupils and teachers begin to arrive in the playground here, Christine Rudland is in a classroom out the back and she has no idea what's about to happen. The majority of children who attend this school come from military families, with dads and sometimes mums away on dangerous tours of Iraq and Afghanistan. Christine has offered pupils stability and emotional support.
I think today I've got to show very good behaviour and a very good attitude.
She's like a mum. She knows everybody individually. It doesn't matter how long you've been here.
She's always so cheerful and she's just full of joy. She'll be sadly missed.
If she gives you a look, you know that you're doing something wrong. She teaches us stuff that we need to know so we can become what we want to do when we're older. She's nice, she's always helping me.
I'm overwhelmed by it all. I wanted to slink out quietly and not show any of what I really sort of feel, but most teachers would feel like this. This has been my life.
After more than 3 decades in the job, Christine will be retiring next week.
She's got the children's heart in her heart, and it's just been a wonderful 34 years for her and 32 years for me.
She may be giving up the title of head teacher, but with hundreds of troops from Colchester heading out to Afghanistan in October, you can be sure that Christine will still be there for the community if they need her. Victoria Webb, Anglia News, Colchester.
What a great day for Victoria, though, almost like our very own Cilla Black with a surprise like that. It's
Absolutely,
brilliant.
yeah, it's very different, wasn't it? I suppose it beats everything out of a sort of box of chocolates and a
bouquet of flowers or
yeah,
something.
exactly, a few book vouchers.
Now, it's 11 minutes past 6. We are delighted you can join us here on Anglia Tonight this evening.
Now, at 6:30, we're going to hand you over.
Some more news now, and police investigating the suspicious death of a woman in Norfolk have today arrested a 49-year-old man on the Isle of Wight.
The body of the woman who's not been identified was found in a freezer at a pub in Lynn Road in Snettisham near Hunstanton yesterday. Natalie Gray has this report.
24 hours after the woman's body was discovered, it was finally removed from the scene. Police will only say she died in suspicious circumstances and that a 49-year-old man, arrested on the Isle of Wight, is being brought to Norfolk for questioning. The body will now undergo a full post-mortem examination.
The body of a lady was found in a freezer in an outhouse at the Compasses Inn at about 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And obviously we've sealed the area there. We're carrying out forensic examination of the premises.
The Compasses pub reopened a year ago last Easter after being closed for some time. Mike Tucker and his business partner Becky Thorpe ran it. Tonight a police forensic tent remains in the beer garden and officers guard the premises. Serious crime is almost unknown here. Snettisham is only about 5 miles away from the Queen's Norfolk retreat at Sandringham, and locals are shocked at the discovery.
The first we knew of it was just police everywhere yesterday afternoon, you know, outside our office, and we just wondered what was going on. But it was a few hours before, stories started to come out.
It's not something that you would think would happen in a small, friendly village like this.
It's just such a shock because nothing ever happens like this around here.
Nothing's impossible nowadays, is it? Doesn't matter, quiet village, anything can happen in it, you see. But it was quite a shock when I heard about it this morning.
Police say there's been an enormous amount of speculation on social networking sites surrounding the women's death. They say it's mainly inaccurate and should be ignored. Natalie Gray, Anglia News, Snettisham in West Norfolk.
An army vet from Suffolk who set up a series of clinics for animals belonging to Afghan tribesmen is preparing to return to the UK. Captain Miles Malone, who lives near Sudbury, has been called the Harriet of Helmand for his work with Afghan goat farmers. He spent 7 months in Helmand province and is now handing over to another military vet.
Now, 25 years ago this month, Phil Bailey and Phil Collins were top of the pops and Amadeus won Best Film at the Oscars. Oh, how I remember it well.
I do, sort of. And on this day in 1985, Norwich City enjoyed one of their finest days in football, winning the Milk Cup, their first ever victory at Wembley. Donovan Blake has been taking a trip down memory lane.
City Hall in Norwich, bathed in sunshine. Contrast this to 25 years earlier, a dark, wet evening. But the thousands of Norwich supporters who gathered in the city centre didn't care, because they were out to salute the team, which secured the club's first ever Wembley win. The Norwich manager at the time was Ken Brown. He's now retired, but he spent time with us to relive the homecoming, which was captured by Anglia's Canberras.
Does it feel like 25 years to you now?
No, honestly, truthfully, no. I was more than surprised when people came up and said, you know, it was 25 years ago. I couldn't believe it. I think we were more than surprised and pleased and delighted, actually, with the way it all started out and finished, because the crowd support from both sides was tremendous.
There were fans who travelled to Wembley 25 years ago today who watched Norwich fail twice before at the famous old stadium. This time it was their day to celebrate. Victory against Sunderland came courtesy of a Gordon Chisholm own goal. But Mark Barham, who played in the winning team, had no doubts it belonged to teammate Asa Hartford.
There'll be no person in the Norwich team or the fans that will say that it was an own goal. It just so happens to hit the inside of Chisholm's thigh and went in. So, but a goal's a goal in a final, and whenever you score a goal and hold on to it, you know, it's a great achievement.
Norwich's historic win is also being celebrated tonight at one of the city's pubs, including a rerun of the cup final. They've even put on commemorative beers for the event. 25 years on, there could be more joyous scenes in Norwich, with the team of 2010 closing in on promotion to the Championship. But what was City's current manager, Paul Lambert, doing back in 1985?
1985, I think, when I signed professional.
So you just turned pro?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, basically, I would have done, yeah.
That was with St Mirren in Scotland. Now Lambert, the manager, is on the verge of joining others who've brought success to Norwich City, just like Ken Brown did in 1985. Donovan Blake, Anglia News, Norwich.
Some great memories
Happy
there.
days.
To current football matters, though, and an Ipswich town legend helped to condemn his former club to their first home defeat in 6 months. Paul Mariner enjoyed his first return to Portman Road as a manager more than the fans who idolised him as a player. He steered Plymouth to a vital win in their battle to stay in the Championship. It was a night to forget, though, for Peterborough boss Jim Gannon. Posh slumped to a 4-0 defeat at Scunthorpe. In League One, this own goal earned Colchester a 3-3 draw with Brentford, having recovered from 2-0 down and 3-2 down. But Essex rivals Southend have finally won in 2010. This one from Frank Moose's 2 goals in their 3-0 win over Walsall.
Now, the Essex cricketer Alistair Cook certainly won't forget his first experience as England captain in a hurry. After leading the one-day team to a series win over Bangladesh, Cook steered England to victory in the Test series today, and he did it in some considerable style by scoring an unbeaten century. England won by 9 wickets in Mirpur to take the series 2-0. It certainly bodes well for England's next Test series, which is back here in the summer. Guess who against? Bangladesh.